You started learning guitar 3 months ago. Before that, it was photography. Before that, chess. Before that, you were going to write a book. A language app you stopped opening, and a YouTube playlist titled Learn This Soon. With 40-plus videos you'll probably never watch. And every time someone asks what you do, you freeze. Because the honest answer is everything and nothing at the same time. If that sentence just made your chest feel weird, stay with me. Because what's happening in your brain isn't laziness. It isn't failure. It's a specific psychological pattern nobody talks about. People like you don't have a focus problem. You have a curiosity that runs faster than your life can keep up with. You pick something up, you fall in love with it, you go all in for a few weeks, and then one day, almost out of nowhere, the spark just leaves. The guitar starts collecting dust, the camera goes back in the box, and you feel guilty like you abandoned something that trusted you. But here's the truth nobody told you. You didn't abandon it. Your brain finished what it actually came there to do. Psychologists have a name for people like you: multipotentialites, scanners, polymaths. The fancy words don't matter. What matters is what's happening underneath. Your brain runs on something called novelty-driven dopamine. Most people get a small hit of pleasure from finishing things. You get a massive hit from starting them. From the first chord, the first page, that moment when something clicks for the first time, that's your drug. And once you've learned the core of a thing, once the mystery is gone, your brain quietly turns the volume down. It's not boredom, it's biology. You've already taken what you came for. But here's where it gets painful. You live in a world built for specialists. Pick a lane. Pick a niche. Become the guy who does the one thing. Every job application, every bio, every awkward dinner question is designed to make you choose. And every time you try to choose, something in you quietly dies. So you start lying. You shrink your answer. You say, I work in marketing, and leave out the fact that you also write poetry, study astronomy, build little websites at 2 a.m., and once spent a whole summer obsessed with bonsai trees. You hide the rest of yourself because experience taught you that the full version sounds unserious. It isn't unserious. It's just larger than the question. There's another thing happening underneath, and this one is harder to admit. A lot of people with too many interests are running, not from work, but from finishing. Because finishing means being judged. Finishing means the thing is done, and now we get to see if it was good enough. And if it wasn't, then maybe you weren't. So you start the next thing before the last thing can rate you. You stay in the part of every project where everything is still possible, where nothing has failed yet. Psychologists call it avoidance. And the loop becomes its own trap. You're not lazy. You're not flaky. You're just protecting yourself from a verdict you've been afraid of since you were a kid. But here's what most people miss about minds like yours. The connections you make are not normal. The person who studied psychology and photography and a little bit of code sees patterns the specialist will never see. The reason history's biggest ideas came from people with strange, scattered resumes isn't a coincidence. So if you're tired of feeling behind, you don't need to pick. Finish what genuinely calls you back. Let go of what was only ever a chapter. You weren't built to do one thing for 40 years. You were built to keep becoming. If this video found the right person at the right time, leave the last thing you got obsessed with in the comments and hit the subscribe button before you lost us.